Hi guys, I have an update for you on yesterday's story about OP's parents divorcing over a gift OP gave to her dad. I know you've been waiting for it, so enjoy. Yesterday, I was recommended to come here by several people since my mom is a textbook narcissist. I came here and saw I was not alone. I don't know if that makes me feel better or worse. After reading some of the posts here and listening to 9 very nasty voicemails my mother left me, I finally have the courage to confront my mother about her behavior towards me. I send this morning. I have yet to get a response. I hope this gives someone the courage to confront a person like my mother. Mom, I didn't want to call or come see you since all you do is yell at me and never let me get a word in. I figured I would address you via email so I could finally have my say to you without interruption. After weeks of ignoring you and your 9 messages, last night I listened to them. I am offended by all of them, but I am really appalled by the one where you demand an apology for ruining Dad's 60th birthday party and breaking up your marriage with my inconsiderate showboating gift. Let me first address you by saying I ruined his party. I wasn't the one who threw his cake on the floor, screamed how much I hate my daughter, and screamed about how much I regret ever giving birth to my daughter in front of my husband's family, friends, and co-workers. You did. Second, let me address you saying I broke up your marriage with my gift of his man shed/cave. Dad cleared that space in the backyard eons ago. You knew he had plans to get one. All I did was get him a gift he really wanted. You never had plans to turn the den into a man cave. You were upset over the fact that Dad would finally have a place to get away from you, and Sarah nagging him constantly. Furthermore, you were the one who gave Dad the choice to stay or leave after he stopped your berating of me. He chose to leave. Without listening to your messages, I blamed myself for Dad leaving you. I apologized to Dad for your meltdown at his party over the shed I got him. He told me not to blame myself. I didn't listen. I really thought it was my fault Dad left you. I felt super guilty about what happened. So terrible that I reached out to a group of strangers for advice. These people showed me more love and compassion than you ever have. They also made me realize none of this was my fault. That our relationship is beyond unhealthy. It's downright sick. I no longer blame myself for Dad leaving you. I won't let you blame me either. The days of you blaming me for everything that's gone wrong in your life are over. These people also made me realize you are a manipulative, awful, hateful woman who treats me like crap, and rather than confront you, I ignore you. This is me confronting you for a lifetime of emotionals and 2 instances of physical A. No longer will I let you tell me how you wish you never had me, how I ruined your life, how Sarah is your favorite because she does what you tell her to do, how you disagree with my life choices, how I should get married and have kids, how it was a miracle that I finished college since I wasn't smart enough, how I need to lose weight, how just my very existence makes you sad, how you wish I would K myself and end it all since my life is not worth living. I will never let you H me with a pot again. I will never let you S me across the face for telling you no again. I will never let you use Sarah to make fun of me, talk down to me, or yell at me. Let me make it clear. I'm not apologizing to you ever for anything again. Your days of emotional manipulation are over. You have no emotional control over me because I will never let you have that power again. I'm freeing myself from you and Sarah. Sarah's kids will be free of the both of you too, because Roger asked me and Dad to be a character witness for him at their custody hearing, and we agreed. We will not allow you to affect them with your outbursts, screaming, name-calling, berating, and to try and break their spirits like you did to me my entire life. You're my mom, and I love you. Sarah is my sister, and I love her too. I hope you and Sarah get the help you both need. Until you can speak to me in a civilized manner and act like a human being, I want nothing to do with you or Sarah. Yesterday, I hosted the family Labor Day celebration at my home. Usually it's at my parents' house, but my no mom and dad are separated, so no one wanted to go to their house. My no mom and no sis live there, and my dad is staying with me until their divorce is finalized. For the first time in a long time, all of my local family showed up. Most of them refused to come to family events, except funerals, because they don't want to deal with my no mom. We were having a great time. Everything was stress-free. Then, my no mom and no sis walk in the gate to my backyard. My heart sank immediately. Everyone goes silent. A few of my relatives run inside the house because they didn't want to deal with her or no sis. My aunt, who records all family events, turns the camera on them. My no mom yells at me about how inconsiderate it was to exclude them, how much I must really hate her and my no sis, how jealous of them I am, how she hates coming to my house because it's always so sterile, and she's afraid to touch anything or sit anywhere. I cut her off at that point and tell her neither of them are welcome and they need to go before I call the police. My dad has a restraining order against my no mom. They head to the gate, but not before she had to get the final word. She tells me to read the email I sent her about cutting off all contacts. She says, I'm offended by you and how you say I've treated you. All I've ever done is try to love you, and you're unlovable. How is that my fault? He's, she pointed at my dad, unlovable too. My online therapist says you're both social R and terrible people. I shrugged my shoulders and responded, of course we are. Nothing is ever your fault. I A myself all those years. And if you truly feel that way about us, then leave and never come back here. I don't want you to feel socially R. Her response was, I had to come. Since you changed all your phone numbers, I can't reach you at work. Your dad got that restraining order on me. And any emails I send to you come back with a message that you're not taking my emails and not to contact you. I knew you'd be here, so I came to tell you and him, she pointed at my dad, I'm done with you. If you two don't want me to contact you anymore, then I won't. Let's see how good your life is without me. You're not welcome at my house ever again. I don't need either of you. I tell her, I'm good with that. Have a nice life. When they're almost at the car, my no sis comes back and yells to my dad, you'll never see your grandkids again. My father points to my no sis's ex-husband who says, they're here with me. They're inside the house playing video games. He'll see them plenty. My no sis kicks over two of my potted cactus plants, gets scratched by the needles, then tripped by the first pot she kicked over. She gets up, then runs to the car crying. We all try not to laugh since it was so comically dramatic, but it was very hard not to, so we laughed. I hope I don't see or hear from either of them anytime soon. I still feel good about going no contact with both of them. Best decision I've made. My sister and I have always had a rocky relationship with both our parents, but it has gotten extremely bad since we both graduated college. For context, my sister Jane is 32 and I am 27. We both have been low contact or no contact over the past 2 years on and off. Our mom shows classic signs of narcissism, like telling us we are putting her in an early grave. We don't love her. She envies other families on social media, jealous of my sister and I's relationship, and that we are always out to get our little sister, 22 female, golden child. These fights usually end with screaming, sometimes physical altercations, and one of us leaving. This has been a lifelong issue, but really my sister's pregnancy and birth have been the point I think we can't handle anymore. I give some color to the story below. This isn't just a birth issue. She has caused drama throughout the whole pregnancy. A good example is that she was furious my sister and brother-in-law told my parents at a restaurant that they were pregnant. Her comments were how dare they not tell us in our own home, and disrespectful it was of their privacy. The current issue is that my sister just had her first baby last week. My sister wanted just her and the husband to be present at the birth, and everyone else to be in the waiting room. My mom wasn't accepting this, so while my sister was in delivery, she stormed out crying to the bathroom. Once we were finally allowed into the delivery room, my dad stood by the door with a sour A expression. Then my mom walks in with an angry face, looks sideways at the baby, and in a flat tone, "Oh, she is cute." Then refuses to hold her, and they both leave after an hour. The next day, she just shows up at the hospital, again with a pissed-off expression, refuses to hold the baby, and tells the grandmother, "I know how special this is to you, and I will give you the right to hold her first," to make the point how mad she is. After they leave, I go back to my sister's house to find a giant plant with pink bows. My parents went to my sister's house without permission and left in her bedroom, the most private place you can be. To add fuel to the fire, I originally called Mom and said we should go to a florist and get a bouquet. Her only comment was, "Okay, but you better not leave out Golden Child." Now, back to the huge plant. It was signed, "Love, Mom, Dad, Golden Child, and Grandmothers." Good job on making a double whammy and causing emotional distress to both children. The real kicker is what my mom then posted on Facebook status that night. She said, "Really sad how some people intentionally make others feel unwelcome, left out, and excluded," followed by another post. "I am not allowed to post any info nor photos of my granddaughter. My husband and I finally allowed to hold her today, thanks to my husband." The next day, she posts a headshot of the Golden Child, younger sister. "Love her. I am so blessed to have such a kind, caring, and loving daughter." After this, she blocked Jane and I from social media. Both Mom and Dad have been no contact with my sister since Saturday. Mom ignored my birthday on 11/15, but sent sappy "I love you and miss you" texts all day, 11/16. Also, on 11/15, my mom posted on Jane's birthday announcement, "So very heartbreaking as her grandparents that you have excluded us." She is playing psychological warfare now by alienating and blasting Jane on a public forum, and trying to being all loving me after ignoring my birthday to cause me pain. I know her endgame is for me to tell Jane what she is texting me, since Jane has called over 16 times, and neither parent has responded. This is a classic strategy she tries to pit my sister and I against each other. We are both at our wits' end. And the saddest part of all is that Jane's mother-in-law is with her and is acting how a true loving grandmother would. The stark contrast between the two made the issue even more glaring and heartbreaking. We both have so much emotional damage, and I am scared it will lead to my sister having depression while dealing with her newborn baby. Any help is appreciated. Here's what OP and her sister should do. Block their mother, Golden Child sis, and dad. OP can't really reason with crappy narcy behavior. OP can, however, deal with how she responds to her nonsense. OP's mother expects them both to bow and scrape for her forgiveness, because how dare either of them not let her have what she wants, which is to play Granny of the Year. Also, OP should have a long talk with her sister about having her back in this, and that their mother, their crappy sister, and enabling father are not worth the emotional turmoil they are being put through. In my opinion, OP should not let her mother back in. She won't change. I'm 19 female, boyfriend is 20 male, brother is 23 male, parents are 50s male and female. I was in a bad relationship in high school that ended with a restraining order after my parents intervened. My boyfriend knows the bare bones of this, but never asks me for more information than I'm willing to share. It was a difficult time in my life, and I don't like to talk about it with anyone but my therapist. My brother was angry that I hadn't told my boyfriend about one aspect of the A. We argued about it a lot, and I told him to back off and let me decide. He decided to take it upon himself to tell my boyfriend. He walked up to my boyfriend in front of me and my parents, called me a liar, and told my boyfriend that I'd been hiding something. I was sobbing at this point. My parents did nothing. They've always cared more about keeping the peace with my brother than stopping him from being me. Anyway, as he started getting into the gory details of the A, my boyfriend cut him off and told him that he was being inappropriate. My brother got mad and told my boyfriend he couldn't talk to him like that. But my boyfriend told him to shove it and stop trying to humiliate me. My brother told my boyfriend he was just trying to help him because he wouldn't want to date someone with my history. My boyfriend walked out, and I went with him. Now, my whole family is mad at me for rocking the boat, and they all think my boyfriend is mean and inappropriate. They're sending me texts that I need to break up with him. I feel like my boyfriend is the only one who supports me. I also know that we're young though, and if we break up or anything happens, I will have lost my support network. I just want to fix this, but I don't want to dump my boyfriend. Please help me. OP's family is horrible. It sounds like the only person who actually cares about OP's comfort and healing is her boyfriend. I think it's time to start building a support network outside OP's family and her boyfriend. OP should make friends with people she can trust and who can be there for her if her relationship doesn't work out. OP should not rely on her family. They don't prioritize her at all. OP needs to surround herself with kind, positive people and start thinking about how much of a role she'll allow her family to play in her life once she no longer depends on them. Also, OP's boyfriend sounds like a real man. Happy he defended OP.